What's up everybody, Mike here. Very excited today to be able to bring you this review of a 2013 Camaro ZL1. So huge thanks to the owner Nick off camera over there. And anyway, this car is no stranger to the channel. It's been on many times before, and when it's on, everyone seems to really enjoy it, and I mean, you can see why. So anyway, here we go. Alright, so just taking a quick walk around the car here. I mean, even from a long distance, you immediately know that this is not a normal Camaro, and I really like that about it. It has this super aggressive front fascia with the little fog lights in it too. Looks just very, very cool. I love that. And this one has, I hope you can see here, hope it turns out, exposed carbon fiber on the hood. When I saw that detail, I didn't even know that about these cars until I saw this one up close, and I loved it right away. Of course, you have these huge and aggressive brakes on the front because the ZL1 is not just a drag strip queen or anything like that. This is a track car as well, and you can really see it in the details. 285 tires up front, 305s in the rear, absolutely humongous. And then this is a ZL1 specific rear spoiler as well. Walking around here to the back, you have of course his license plate, which is just awesome on Arnold. But anyway, you got the quad tipped exhaust, very nice. Now this car is not stock, and you're going to hear that in a second for anybody who hasn't seen the videos before on the channel. But anyway, this one, I love this red color for these, looks absolutely fantastic. And overall, just love the aggressive look of the ZL1. Really sets it apart from other Camaros, and you know, just right away you can see that this car means serious business. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out the interior. Alright, so sitting in this 2013 ZL1, well, you get its basic Camaro in here, but there's a lot of little touches that add to the ZL1 experience. For instance, the speedometer goes up to 200, which is always means you're in for a good time for sure. And then just checking out the steering wheel, absolutely love this. It's ZL1 specific with the little badging down here and the red accented stitching. You can get this in suede. This one is leather, and you have the paddle shifters. Of course, this is an automatic. And then moving down here, you got your different drive modes and everything to go along with your gear selector. You can drive and drive, or manual mode, which then you can switch with the paddles. And down here you have your sport mode, traction control, all that kind of stuff, so you can adjust it from settings ranging from, of course, you know, least aggressive driving around town to most aggressive when you're driving on a track as well. And the thing about the ZL1 that I really like is the suede insert here on the dash and also on the seats with the embroidered ZL1 logo. And again, everything has this red accented stitching, which is very, very cool. I love that. Overall, the interior of this car is awesome. I mean, you get a bunch of stuff in here that's going to help you drive and have a ton of fun out on the roads, and I cannot wait to experience that. But yeah, overall, great interior. I'd probably give it an 8 or a 9 out of 10. You know, only negatives are just this plastic bit here is like this one giant plastic piece, but you know, it's not the type of car that you buy for luxury or anything like that. And overall, very good. The suede has a super high quality feel, and the steering wheel feels great as well. So anyway, with all that being said, let's start her up and go for a drive. All right, so you got your little key fob here, no push button start or anything. This is old school, so just key in. And this thing's gonna sound incredible. Alright, so setting off in the ZL1 here, well, first things first, of course, I was looking for a clutch pedal. But, you know, just ignoring that for a second, this transmission, when it's just in normal driving mode and everything, really, really smooth. It shifts really early, so I can imagine you could probably get some decent gas mileage in this thing, believe it or not. I actually had to turn off the main road because there was a cop behind me, so obviously I couldn't have any fun. But just driving around really normally, and that noise is, it's taking a lot of restraint not to floor this car. Really easy to drive. I have to say, I'm a bit surprised at how good the visibility is. I mean, you look at this window here, and you know, the window is about as big as my hand stretched out, yet I can see the mirrors are pretty good, and forward visibility, of course, nothing you can do about that massive hood. That's just the design of the car, but you can see, and you can adjust, I should say, and judge over time where the front end of your car is. You just have to get used to not being able to see down over the hood like you can in the Corvette, for example, but it's definitely not hard to drive at all. And the steering feels great at low speeds. I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised of just how easy it is to drive. You get in this thing right away. I was really intimidated, to be honest, because everyone talks about how bad the visibility is in Camaros, but I am not having that experience whatsoever. And I'm not being biased or whatever. I'd give my honest opinion. I'm not having any trouble driving the car whatsoever. So let's get back on some twisty bits and see how she does. All right, so just playing around with some of the drive mode buttons here. We're gonna go traction and hit the sport mode. We're gonna go in number 3 setting, which is active handling on, suspension mode is sport, and then we'll see how she does. So here, we're coming up to a straightaway here. I'm gonna slow down, foot down. Immediately lost the rear end. Oh my God, that was what a downshift. It's got so much power. Oh, we'll have to do that again. All right, so I've switched the car over into manual mode, and the owner tells me this is the best way to drive for aggressive driving because it will hold gears, of course. So we're gonna try it out. We're in 5th. Click the paddle, you know, and the paddles in this are pretty responsive as well. I mean, honestly, it feels about as quick as the Vet that I drove the other day, the 2016 with the 8-speed automatic. I have to say, I mean, here, click. Okay, so a little bit of a delay, but when we're on it here, we'll show you in a second just how aggressive it is. All right, so here we go. See, that was quick. That shift was quick. Oh my God. All right, so we'll keep the revs high. We got another straightaway coming here and roll into it. All right, so acceleration wise, yeah, it's no slouch. It's no slouch whatsoever, and we're gonna get up into some corners here a little bit. I'm excited to see how this car feels aggressive in the corners as well, but here we go. We got another straight coming up, so we'll go 4th gear, 3rd gear, and we'll slow down a little bit. We'll go to 2nd and foot down. I could do that for 10 years and never get tired of it, that's for sure. All right, so for some corners here, we'll downshift into 2nd. There's a car coming on this one, so won't be too aggressive, but no car coming for the next one, so let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, I mean, it handles itself really well, and the steering feel is great. I'm loving how responsive the paddles are. They have really, of all the surprises so far in this review, they have surprised me the most, just how responsive they are. I mean, of course, it's a little bit of a delay. It's not a dual clutch, but it's quick. Now, let's hook this corner here. Really test it now. Yeah, a little bit unsettled there, but it really handles itself well. I mean, you can push this thing really hard, and it hooks up and just saves you. Of course, we're on good tires on a dry, warm day, but I'm really surprised by the grip. Just absolutely incredible. You know, this car really does a great job of handling its size. Just fantastic. Here, we're gonna hook a super tight one, and I'm gonna give it full throttle out. We're talking about well over 500 horsepower to the wheels. I'm going full throttle through a corner. I should be over in those trees right now, but I'm not, and that is really just a testament to the quality of this car. When they were building this, they must have been so focused on making this a track monster. I mean, it's really just impressive overall. Right, so just driving back to the little park here as I wind down the review, I'll finish up with some consumer advice. You know, if you were looking to drive this car every day, you know, you do all that aggressive driving, you have all your fun, and then you put it back in drive mode, and everything's soft and set up, and it's just really easy. It's no different than any other car. It feels just like if you had a regular Camaro SS or whatever. So it's comfortable, handles bumps really well. The suspension is great. Steering feels good but light when you're just driving like this, so it's not hard to drive in any way whatsoever. It's just a really great car overall, I think. And interior wise, you know, you got everything that you need in here. The ZL1 really makes a great case for itself. This is a 580 horsepower car for under 60 grand. And that's what I think is the big selling point for me about this car, is how versatile it really is. You know, it's not just about doing one thing great. And the value is like this won't be around forever as well. You know, this is a supercharged big V8. They might not be around forever, and this car does a great job. Just to go over really quick some of the mods here for this car, because this car is not stock. You have a cold air intake up front, and you have pretty much a full exhaust system. He's got a catback, and he's got headers now installed, which that my little vlog in there, you can check that out if you haven't seen it and you want to know more about this car. And of course now it's running a tune to go along with those mods. So this car is putting out over 510 rear wheel horsepower, and it's just an absolute joy to drive. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this little review, pulling back in here next to the vet. I had an awesome time today. Again, huge thanks to Nick for letting me drive this absolute beast today. But anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe and take care. Have a great day.